All right, I'm gonna change out this old pressure switch. So the first thing I'm gonna do, go kill the breaker, then check for voltage. All right, I've killed the breaker. I got no voltage. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen these two screws and this screw, only the ones that are connected to this wire. Then we're gonna take this lock nut off so I can remove it from the side of the pump. And then we gotta disconnect this hose right here, and then we'll have the old one off. Disconnected that. That hose is taken loose. We're gonna pull these off right here. Take this lock nut off. All right, we got the old one off here in 2 or 3 minutes, no problem. And then we're gonna put the new one back on. Just reverse those steps. We'll slide the new one on here. I got the new one mounted, but it did not come with little stake-ons to slide these onto right here. So I'm gonna pop these off and terminate those. All right, those are back on. Now we gotta fish this wire in there and re-terminate them. All right, the power's made back up, ground's landed. We gotta pull this little piece out of the bottom, land it in there, and then we can plug our hose back in. All right, now that's out. A little fresh Teflon tape on it. I'm gonna spin it back in here. Plug this in, and we should be good to go. I'm gonna flip the breaker back on, check for voltage. Well, I guess it's working because it came on immediately. I'm still gonna make sure the voltage is right. We got good voltage. Like now we need to check, see if it's gonna shut off at 60 and start back up at 40, like it's supposed to. Otherwise, we'll have to make some adjustments. All right, from the factory, it appears like it's about set at about 50, 70. So there's a 20 PSI difference between cut in, cut out, but I need to tune it down because I want it at 40, 60, because it won't ever cut off if it's trying to meet 70. So you've got a range nut and a differential nut. Your range nut, this one here will change your cut in, cut out pressure up and down, and this smaller nut back here should change what that range is, whether it's 20 between 25, 30. So tightening them will increase. It'll turn this one up more than 50 to 70. Loosening this one should get it down to 40, 60. I won't mess with that one because I want to maintain that roughly 20 PSI difference between the up and the down. I'm sorry, it's the only one. I turned this nut until it just quit pumping. And it was at around 63 when it quit pumping. I'm gonna let it bleed water and watch it and see where it kicks back in. I want it to kick back in around 40. And then when it runs, I want it to shut back off around 60. Ideally, you get one of these that's preset from the factory. However, for some reason this wasn't, and this is how you have to set it. What's good though is if you have a really strong pump, not an old one like I got, and you're set at 30, 50 now and you'd like 40, 60, you really should just have to tighten this screw and then let your pump run and see where it cuts out, and then let the water run, see where it kicks in, and then just keep adjusting this screw down till you get to a 40, 60 cut in, cut out. All right, that's pretty much spot on. It stopped at 60 this time, and whenever I run the water, it'll kick back in right around 41, 42, so I'm gonna live with it. That's pretty good. All I gotta do is put the cap back on, and we're good to go. Closed up, and it's doing what it's supposed to. Wifey's watering her plant. That's it. That's how you change out a pressure switch, or that's how I do it. I don't think there's any one specific, like this is the best way to do it, but it's done. Anyway, if y'all got questions about that, let me know in the comments. Be more than happy to answer them. I'm not a plumber, I'm not a pump guy, but I've been an electrician for about 25 years, so I'm somewhat competent in quite a bit of this kind of stuff. So y'all let me know if you got any questions. Have a good day.